Hi there, Wonderful Wizard of HR here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give me a like. And if you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button. Enjoy! In this video, we're going to be talking about the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. From now on, I'm either going to call it the CERB or CERB, just for simplicity. And also employment insurance, which I will be calling EI from this point forward. My purpose here today is to simplify the CERB and present it to you in a summarized format in which maybe you can kind of decipher what is going on here. How do we know if we qualify for the CERB or for EI? What is the difference between the two? When do I apply for it? How do I apply for it? There are so many questions that so many people have had, and a lot of people have already started receiving either EI benefits through CERB or EI regular benefits. There has been a lot of confusion over the past couple of months on whether you qualify for the CERB, if you should be applying directly for the CERB, which website you need to apply for it on. Should you be just applying for EI? Or should you be applying for both? Can you apply for both? Can you receive money from both? All of these questions have risen, and the Government of Canada has done a really good job of explaining everything on their website. They have Q&As, they have frequently asked questions. They really detail it out. First, we're going to talk about the CERB. This benefit was introduced for people who are affected by COVID-19. It is a $2,000 payment for a 4-week period, and you can receive up to 16 weeks worth of this benefit. And you do not have to receive this benefit in consecutive periods. When I say period, I'm referring to a 4-week period. You can skip a period if, let's say, in the instance that you didn't qualify within that 4-week period, you can skip that period and still be eligible for the next period if you now qualify in that next period. Things change. Maybe now you make over $1,000, which is one of the requirements, then you wouldn't apply for that amount in that period. The range of time in which you can receive the benefit is from March 15th through to October 3rd of 2020. Let's talk about who can apply for CERB. If you've lost your job due to COVID-19, if you have been in quarantine or are sick because of COVID-19, if you are taking care of others because they are in quarantine or are sick due to COVID-19, or you're taking care of your children or other dependents because their facility is closed due to COVID-19, you can apply for the CERB. If you used up your EI benefits between December 29th, 2019 and October 3rd, 2020, you qualify for CERB. Another qualification is if you have not or will not earn $1,000 for a minimum of 14 consecutive days for the initial claim, and then $1,000 minimum for every subsequent claim after that. So what is considered earnings for the $1,000? Employment or self-employment income, tips, non-eligible dividends, which means dividends paid out of corporate income and taxed as a small business, honoraria, and royalties. But royalties are not included if the work took place before the period that you have applied for. What is not included in $1,000 in the $1,000 income is pensions, student loans, and bursaries. Another qualification for CERB is that you must be residing in Canada, including those who are not citizens of Canada or permanent residents of Canada. but they must have a social insurance number and meet all other criteria. There's more information about that on the website. You also must be 15 years of age or older, and you have to have made a minimum of $5,000 in the previous 12 months prior to the date of your application. So for these purposes, $5,000 income includes employment and self-employment, tips that have been declared as an income, non-eligible dividends, honoraria, royalties, maternity and parental benefits, Quebec parental insurance, and income that was not earned in Canada, but you were residing in Canada when you earned it. Now, lastly, in some provinces and territories, you can receive both the CERB and support payments that are offered by your province and your territory. Now, not all provinces and territories are offering additional support payments, but if yours is, you can receive both the CERB and the additional support payments. Two very important pieces of information when it comes to the CERB are, number one, you are not eligible for the CERB if you voluntarily quit your job, regardless of the reason. Number two, you cannot apply for the CERB if you're already receiving or you have already applied for EI, even if your claim has not been processed yet. Be patient, they're working on it. If you've already applied, stick with EI. There are a couple of things that are going to happen when you've applied for EI. You are either going to remain on the EI benefits or they're going to switch you over to the CERB benefit. Be patient, it's going to happen. There have been instances in the past where individuals have applied for both and then they've received money for both, and now they have to go through the process of paying it back. Rather than that headache, just don't apply and wait for the government to take care of you. Got it? Good. There is another complicated piece to this. How do you apply for the CERB? Well, there's actually two ways you can apply. You can either apply through Service Canada and EI, or you can apply through the Canada Revenue Agency. So how do you know what to choose? You can apply through Service Canada and EI if one of the following apply to you. Number one, you were mainly self-employed and applied for EI fishing benefits that were exhausted between December 29th, 2019 and October 3rd, 2020. Number two, if you were a full-time employee, which is 30 hours per week for 4 months or more, or number three, you were a part-time employee, which is less than 30 hours per week for more than 8 months. You will apply through the Canada Revenue Agency website if one of the two apply to you. Number one, if you were self-employed and did not apply for the fishing benefit between December 29th, 2019 and October 3rd, 2020. Or number two, if you were not a full-time employee for 4 months or a part-time employee for 8 months for the last year from when you are applying for the CERB. To try to prevent the website from crashing and from the phones being overloaded, the Government of Canada has suggested that each individual apply on a certain day according to their birth month. If your birthday falls on January, February, or March, you apply on Mondays. If your birthday is April, May, or June, you apply on Tuesdays. If your birthday is July, August, or September, you apply on Wednesdays. And if your birthday is October, November, or December, you apply on Thursdays. On Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, any birth month can apply. And once you apply, it's really like a really easy process. You click a few things, you answer a few questions, and within 3 business days, you will receive either a deposit, a direct deposit, and they are strongly recommending that you apply for direct deposit, or you will receive, they will send out a check to you and you will receive it within the appropriate amount of time. The eligible periods for the CERB are March 15th to April 11th, April 12th to May 9th, May 10th to June 6th, June 7th to July 4th, July 5th to August 1st, August 2nd to August 29th, August 30th to September 26th. Now, if you are just realizing now that you are eligible for the CERB after listening to this video and going on the website, and you realize that you could have been receiving it since March 15th, don't fret. As soon as you go on to the CRA website, you will be given the option to choose the periods that you qualify for. And also remember what I said earlier, that if there is a period where you didn't qualify, that's okay. You just don't apply for that period. You can continue to apply for any of the other periods that I just listed. We are now going to talk about employment insurance. The EI regular benefits are still applicable to some people. So who are they applicable to? Well, if you have not stopped working because of COVID-19, you have stopped working for other reasons, then you should apply for EI. Also, if you became eligible for EI before March 15th, you will continue through the EI rules, not the CERB. Here are some leaves that you may be on that would qualify you for EI and not for the CERB. Maternity leave, parental leave, caregiving leave, fishing, or work sharing. Those would all still continue under EI. And there is one single portal to help direct you to the proper location when you're applying on the website, which I will show you in a minute. If you're receiving the CERB through Service Canada and the Employment Insurance Program, remember when I talked earlier about going through 2 separate websites, Service Canada and Employment Insurance, or CRA. If you are receiving the CERB through Service Canada and the Employment Insurance Program, you need to keep completing your reports. They're going to ask you to complete them if you haven't. And if you haven't been doing that up till today, when watching this video, go back and complete those reports. You may be wondering if you get a choice between collecting CERB or collecting EI. There is a whole piece on that on the website. It's called, if you're looking it up right now, you can look up, do I get a choice between collecting EI CERB and collecting EI regular benefits? One thing that you have to remember is you cannot collect both EI and CERB at the same time. You can only collect one or the other. The last thing I want to discuss about the CERB is if you determine later on that you did not qualify for the CERB in some way, shape, or form, or you received too much money from the CERB or the EI, you have the ability to pay that back. And there's 3 ways you can do that. 1, if you still have the check that was given to you and you knew it was an overpayment, you can mail that check back. 2, you can send a check directly to Service Canada. Or 3, there is a repay option on the Canada Revenue Agency site, the CRA site. There's a repay option. So that's the 3rd way. Okay, I'm going to go through this with you as if you have never seen this site before. So you're just going to search Canada Emergency Response Benefit. You're going to click on the first thing that you see at the top. It's going to take you directly to the Government of Canada site. and it's going to let you know who's eligible, a lot of what we've already talked about in this video, how to apply, and then getting started. In this section, it's going to let you know if you need to apply through the CRA website or through the Service Canada website. So if you chose that you were self-employed, have you applied for EI fishing benefits? Let's say you haven't. It's going to take you it's going to tell you to go straight to the CRA website. So if you hit continue, you are now in the area where it's going to help you get to the CRA website. How to apply? Applying for CERB with CRA, and there's all kinds of information for you. So depending on what your situation is, with whether you already have a My Account or you don't have a My Account, it's going to tell you how to properly apply. Now let's say you weren't self-employed, you were an employee, and you did work full-time. Now it's going to tell you to apply for the CERB through the Service Canada and the Employment Insurance Program. So you hit continue, it tells you all of your qualifications, and then you just confirm and start your application. It's as simple as that. One other thing, on this main page, when you first clicked on it, there's a link here to questions and answers. This is a really important piece because anybody who's in a unique situation, they can go here to get the answers instead of calling and waiting on hold for several hours. As you can see, there's a lot of other unique situations here. Maternity and parental leaves, students and apprentices, retired persons, persons with disabilities, and so on. So this is where you want to go. So just a reminder, I'm going to show you how I got here one more time. I Googled, I clicked on the link, I scrolled down, how to apply, saw questions and answers hyperlink, I clicked on it, and this is where I found all the questions and answers that I need. In the description in this video, I have the link to the websites that you need. I also just recently posted a video that talks about the Canada Emergency Student Benefit. So if you know of a post-secondary graduate, a current post-secondary student, or a high school graduate that is having trouble finding work due to COVID-19, I have an entire video on how they can apply for that, who qualifies, and it's quite similar to this video. It's just a summary that helps everybody through this. If you think of any other topics that maybe you would like me to do a video on, just put something in the comments, and if I don't know the information, I will research it and I'll work on doing a video for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that there are important links in the description below, including links to Wonderful Wizard of HR social media. Enjoy the rest of your day. And once again, if you liked the video, please give me a like. And if you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button. Thanks.